Good day everyone. I am Joseph Christian B. Serapika from BSCE2F, and today's report we were going to tackle about the introduction of building water system and design. Defining and giving the function of this topic is to deliver water to all consumers of the system in sufficient quantity for potable drinking water and fire protection purposes at the appropriate pressure with minimal loss of safe and acceptable quality and as economically as possible. And after that, we will classify the basics of building water system and design. First one, water system. A system for supplying water in a community. This explains that a water supply network or water supply system is a system of engineered hydrologic and hydraulic components that provide water supply. And for the water storage, facilities such as reservoir, water tanks, or water towers. After giving the definition of water system, we are now going to classify the types of water system. The United States Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, has defined the three types of public water system. First one, community water system. Second one, non-transient non-community water system. And the third one is transient non-community water system. And for the definition, CWS is a water system that supplies water to the same population year-round. And for the NTN-CWS, it is a system that regularly supplies water to at least 25 of the same people at least 6 months per year. Some examples are schools, factories, office buildings, and hospitals, which have their own water system. And last one, the TNCWS. It is a public water system that provides water in a place such as a gas station or campground where people do not remain for too long of periods. Next one, the importance of water as a part of water system. Water is an important natural source and should be managed in a holistic and sustainable way. Today, the threat of inadequate safe water supply is real. Water is a key development ingredient and should be made available to every human being. Water is called a life-giving liquid because without water, there would be no life on Earth, just like the other living organisms. We also need to consume water to survive. We need water for many other activities such as cleaning, washing, cooking, and irrigation. There are two type sources of water. First one, surface water is any body of water above the ground, including streams, rivers, lakes, wetlands, reservoirs, and creeks. Also, it is a naturally replenished by precipitation and naturally lost discharge to the ocean, evaporation, evapotranspiration, and subsurface. And the second one, groundwater, is water that collects or flows beneath the Earth's surface, filling the porous spaces in soil, sediments, and rocks. Groundwater originates from rain, melting snow, ice, and is the source of water for aquifers, springs, and wells. In the Philippines, groundwater is the common source of water in cities, municipalities, and rural areas because groundwater is primarily used by 60% of households, and in communities without convenience of pipe water service from municipal or city water districts or metropolitan water works and sewerage systems concessionaries. People use water from nearby poso or deep well. Next one, the government agencies that is responsible for regulating water system in the Philippines. First one, the Metropolitan Water Works and Sewerage Systems, MWSS, formerly known as the National Water Works and Sewerage System Authority, is the government agency that is in charge of water privatization in Metro Manila in the Philippines. Short history about this agency. Its roots were traced to the first water system laid out in Old Manila in 1878 from funds donated by Spanish philanthropist Francisco Carriedo y Peredo. The construction of water system in 1878 delivered 16 million liters of water per day to 300,000 people. Next one, the Local Water Utilities Administration (LWUA) is a government-owned and controlled corporation with a specialized lending function mandated by the law to promote and oversee the development of water supply systems in a provincial cities and municipalities outside of metropolitan Manila. Also, according to this government agency website, to date, it has established 584 water districts covering about 691 cities and towns outside Metro Manila. After giving all the basic info about the water system, we are now going to classify or determine how does water system works on a building. Water system in building. All water supply systems use a combination of pipes of different dimensions and materials, valves and outlets to deliver water to building users. Some water supply systems also use storage tanks and pumps. Designing a water supply system involves getting all of these elements right so that clean water is delivered to the user at the appropriate rate and temperature. It means that water is distributed for consumption in a building through internal water distribution system. Water supply in a building depends on the size and the height of the building, and for the water, it is pumped directly to the overhead storage tank, and from there, the water is supplied to different floors by gravity. For the design of building water system, the layout of water distribution system tell us the network of pipes provided in the area and helps to determine the repair locations if any damages occurs. This means that in the design process, the layout of the plumbing system will largely follow room layout. Nonetheless, there are many things to consider which relate to code compliance, building users' comfort, and sustainability. And lastly, the four types of water distribution system. First one, dead end or tree distribution system, gridiron distribution system, circular or ring distribution system, radial distribution system. I'll just give you the definition and figure of these four types of water distribution system because the next reporters will more elaborate about this topic and explain the detailed distribution pipes. Dead end or tree distribution system. It consists of one supply main from which submains are taken. From the submains, the branch lines are provided from which service connections are given to consumers. The second one, gridiron distribution system. In this system, the main supply line runs through the center of the area, and the submains branch off in perpendicular direction. The branch lines interconnect the submains. This system is ideal for cities laid out on a rectangular plan resembling a gridiron. The distinguishing feature of this system is that all of the pipes are interconnected and there are no dead ends. Water can reach a given point of withdrawal from several directions, which permits more flexible operation, particularly when repairs are required. The third one, circular or ring distribution system. The supply main forms a ring around the distribution area. The branches are connected crosswise to the mains and also to each other. This system is most reliable for a town with well-planned streets and roads. The advantages and disadvantages of this system are the same as those of the gridiron system. However, in case of fire, a larger quantity of water is available, and the length of the distribution main is much higher. The last one and the fourth one, radial distribution system. In this system, the whole area is divided into a number of distribution districts. Each district has a centrally located distribution reservoir, from where distribution pipes run radially towards the periphery of the distribution district. This system provides swift service without much loss of head. The design calculations are much simpler. And that's all for the introduction of building water system and design. Thank you po.